Hey, Cancer Warriors. My name is Tonya, and this is Power Pantaloons podcast. Today we have Dilyana with us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Tanya, to have me today.
Can you tell the audience what your zone of genius is?
I'm passionate to helping women going through perimenopause and menopause. So I support them to alleviate the symptoms in natural way by teaching them how to breathe properly, how to relax, so that they can have more harmonized, more balanced hormone balance. Sorry.
No, that's fantastic. And definitely some of my audience relates to that because some of the cancers that people have directly affect hormones, especially with women. Although they're men too, but obviously
Me
that's
too.
a
Me
different.
too. Me too. I hear about that the cancer after cancer treatment, the men experiencing exactly the same hormonal changes as the woman. Yeah.
Oh, I look at that already teaching. Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so let's dive into it. What kind of tips would you offer if you had a sudden hormone change, such as a hysterectomy?
Oh, it's very different. Yeah, let's talk because there's different menopause. There's natural menopause. It is chirurgical one, which can happen much earlier than normal one. Uh, the symptoms can be severe as much as the what's happening the normal one. So the menopause experience is very individual for each woman. Depend what kind of lifestyle she has, if she smoke, if she drink alcohol, what is her diet. Also, what if she has also some movement in her daily life routine? Does she exercise or no? And what kind of, in general, stress affect a lot of hormone. So actually how I solving the problem is by um, many stress management techniques. So I help women to stress manage better, to manage stress in the better way, so that they can cope with hot flashes, with night sweats, with mood swings, with this insomnia that happen often. So there's a different symptoms. Different women experience different symptoms also, but most common one, in general one, that is mood swings, brain fog, confusion, difficulties to concentrate, depression, anxiety, weight gain, night sleep, insomnia, and also, yeah, this is the most common. There is a difference other, but for different people also different experience, as I say. So what I teach, it's a lifestyle, what kind of lifestyle you need, what kind of routine you need to create so that you can sleep better and have more energy, improve most of the symptoms. I cannot say that you can eliminate completely, but you can make your experience more bearable if you're aware what's going on, if you're have these small changes to tweak in your diet, in your lifestyle, with your daily routine, with the stress management, so that you can experience more pleasant menopause.
Fantastic. That was a lot of information. It's interesting to know that there are lots of different ways. So for me, like I had the hysterectomy, I was 38,
Mhm.
and amazingly, I didn't have any of that, any symptoms at all, outside
Mhm.
of just having to go through the cancer treatment. So whatever, I mean, there could have been some, but I guess I lumped it all in
But did
with
they prescribe you? They generally right away prescribe estrogen and progesterone, and specifically maybe more estrogen to like a cream or patches or something. No,
no, not at all.
interesting.
No, yes, because my cancer was specifically estrogen based.
Oh, okay, okay. That's why. That's why. In general, the doctors in hysterectomy prescribe estrogen and progesterone to specifically estrogen to to deal with the symptoms, but because of the cancer, maybe that's the reason. Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely the reason. So for me personally, it was a very different experience than most women have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very individual, as I say. It's very individual, but the more you prepare, the better you can deal with that. So it's good that you talk about that the women out there, if they are not yet in this stage, so that can start to experience some of the symptoms even late 30s, early 40s. So if you start to feel this more irritable, sudden burst of change of the mood, you cannot sleep well, tiredness, forgetfulness, it's a good idea to check your hormone so that you know from where are you and what to do. And there's a lot of information, of course, but in general, you have to start to tweak a little bit your diet and how you live. Prioritize a little bit more sleep, drink a little bit more water, hydrate, take a little bit more rest during the day, take this me time, 30 minutes per day. You can take a few minutes in the morning, few in the afternoon, few in the evening, whatever is comfortable for your daily routine. But you need to have this pause because if not, you can more easily be more overreacting when something triggers.
Yeah. I advocate strongly for preparing now because it's easier to correct anything before you get sick or before you get to a point where you just can't. And I also advocate that you should get baseline testing so that in the future you know what your quote unquote normal is. So every talk to your doctors, obviously, but like every 5 to 10 years, just get another baseline test of these things so that you know what kind of changes you have.
Yeah, prevention is always good. Yeah,
Yeah, unfortunately, as humans, most of us wait
until the end, it is too late.
until it is too uncomfortable, and then we go and fix it.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's a human thing.
It is a human thing. So, what kind of differences are there between a medically induced hormone change and a natural one?
So you mean hormone replacement therapy and natural treatment, the holistic approach,
I
or
I mean I could mean that. I don't mean that, but we could talk about that.
yeah, and, you mean the between this hysterectomy and the natural way of the
Yeah,
menopause?
yeah,
Yeah, it's not big difference, but it's mm, in a natural menopause can be more gradually and more how to say uh, in a stages. In a hysterectomy, usually it's happening all of same times, many other things, because it's not natural, right? What I
right,
know, because my sister has hysterectomy last year, and what she told me and she shared with me, and what I have as myself experience with dealing with other women, it's very different. But again, also for hormone replacement therapy or holistic approach, it depends. There's some cases we definitely need hormone replacement. Some cases it's a mild, and as you say, you didn't felt anything. Many women told me that actually I didn't notice that I'm going through menopause, or if I had something, it wasn't really something that bothered me. It was so much that I need to pay attention. But there's some women that really deal with a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of tiredness. And it, sometimes the menopause can also, uh, how to say, can be make up with other medical issue, and that
yeah,
you don't know exactly what we experience. Like if it's something else, like thyroid problems, or if it's the menopause, or if it's something else like different disease that you don't
right.
know. So it's very important to speak with professional physician and do this test, hormone test. I advocate that's very important women to do this test to, and this to doctors I know that many doctors don't want to direct you towards this test, but some of in Canada specifically, they're very opinion about the hormone replacement therapy. They're very cautious about this when they going with that, because of this debate around the cancer, breast cancer, or other thing that can
Yeah.
be related with the hormone replacement therapy. So you have to be informed decision, and it's case to case. I really know that for some women it can be life changing. For some, it's not really necessary. Your health in general, you can deal with that. It's nothing that interfere a lot with your work or to your daily life, with your family life. I highly recommend holistic approach, which is a lot of type also and a lot of way to work on that. Yeah.
Well, I absolutely agree with the holistic approach. You have to incorporate everything together because you didn't get sick just in your body. Like it's a whole process, right? Mind, body, and spirit. You have to deal with all of those issues because it starts as a dis-ease somewhere in your psyche or whatever, and graduates into a physical manifestation of some in some way. So holistic is perfect.
Yes, yes, yeah, because in general, the medicine should work on the person as a whole system, but in conventional medicine, it's not the case. So, in holistic approach is more, yeah, mind, body, spirit connection. And what I teach is how to connect really with better with your body and your mind, so that really you manage the cortisol in natural way, so that not affect so much other hormones, and so you have more this dopamine in natural way than with artificial.
So is it a specific blood panel that they should be asking for or lab testing? Like,
Um, there is a blood, but I hear about also urine, and that there is some type of urine test also. But there is a blood in a lab in general. Um, I can provide some links for a website where the in America doctor test hormones. So it's not in Canada, unfortunately. You looking for something similar that they can collaborate and do that for this hormone test. So I can provide these links additional for your show, and then they can check. They can check.
awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that, Dilyana. That's excellent. Having all the resources that you need, it would be lovely. And in the Americas right now, we do have problems with our healthcare systems, and the debate goes back and forth whether one is better than the other, but there are problems with both of them, and not having all of the resources that we need and being entirely too dependent on pharmaceuticals and not actually diagnosing the underlying condition and just medicating the symptoms is not
No.
healthcare.
It's
It's not.
similar here in Canada. It's also, I don't approve everything here. It's very similar. You follow the
Yeah.
America way, so whatever is there is almost here also. So, but there is resources. What is the white of the tunnel? There's a lot of resources out there that can help women to get informed decision, to prepare themselves, to find what kind of supplements they need. And what kind of adaptogen, what kind of herbs, and
Yes.
also the treatment. Yeah, I highly recommend the acupuncture also, acupressure, like a treatment. Many women report that it's very helpful. Naturopath or nutritionist can help you a lot with this. Um, Also, what else?
Movement.
Yeah,
Movement
movement,
helps.
movement. So I advocate for gentle movement. I mean, more related to the parasympathetic nervous system, which means more with not fight and flight reaction, more with relaxation and yeah, more in the relaxation, because in this period of time, women need a little bit more to rest and not push too much themselves. So if you like cardio, if you love fitness, I also love combination of that, but just reduce a little bit the time on gym, like 30 minutes to 45 max, and 2 3 times and in the morning, not afternoon, evening, to be able to sleep, of course. But combination of like Tai Chi, Qigong, more energetic and more slow movement, yoga, restorative yoga, in yoga. There's also yoga nidra, which is kind of meditative yoga. I teach that. You just lay down and I guide you through different part of the body, focus in this part of the body, breathe deep in there. It just makes your brain to relax in a way that you can sleep deep and well.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of different components that go into your sleep, and we can break that down to the temperature of the room, the darkness, the noise level. Some people can't have any noise, other people prefer a little white noise. There's just so much
Yeah.
that goes into a good night's sleep. Having enough oxygen, like being able to be able to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah,
There's
that's
lots
right.
of components that go into that.
Yeah, oh, it's important. As I say, like for menopause, for sleep, everything is important. What you're doing during the day gonna dictate what you're gonna, what kind of night you're gonna have.
Yes, eating the right nutrients, having the right hydration levels, all of it makes a difference. And it's mind-boggling because you don't realize just how important all of those things are until you start getting exactly what you need and then getting the right sleep. Lack of sleep causes all kinds of anxiety, stress, and
It's a vicious circle. You don't know if the stress caused the insomnia or insomnia caused the stress. It's kind of what is going first, the chicken or the eggs?
yes, absolutely. But there are absolute um, things that you can do, and small incremental changes, just tweaking your schedule, and you'll find what works for you. Everybody is a little bit different, so you could try one or all of these modalities and see what works best for you.
Yeah, don't push yourself. You just what speak more to your body or to your constitution or whatever lifestyle you have. It just doesn't need to bite yourself or criticize yourself if you sometimes have a cake or you have just late wine, or sometimes you're lazy to go to the gym or whatever. Just don't be harsh to yourself. You need to love yourself a little bit more, be gentle with yourself, nurture yourself. So find what make you happy and do that more. That's all.
Yes, giving yourself grace uh when you don't meet your rigid expectations. We are our own worst critics. And so we have to be compassionate with ourselves when we don't do a thing that we feel that we're supposed to be doing. Obviously, we shouldn't let ourselves go all the time, but sometimes you just need to take some time for yourself and just relax and have a day off and drool on the couch. Like it's okay. It is absolutely okay to just stop for a minute. Uh, with with all of the electronics in our world right now, we have become a much more fast-paced environment, and we don't really take the time for ourselves to do slow things and get outside, enjoy the fresh air. eh, You know,
Yeah.
even just 30 years ago, it was a much slower environment.
Yeah,
Things weren't
now it's
open
become
24
more and more
hours.
difficult. But if you have a pet, it's a good thing because him gonna make you walk outside for sure. The dog.
Yeah, if you have a dog, you're gonna have to walk your dog, and that always is very helpful. Just a little 10-minute walk 3 times a day. A little something.
Some people walk their cat, depend. So bad.
I have seen that. Mine do not appreciate it. They're not interested in outside at all, which is weird. No, he prefers to sit over here and try to turn my computer off.
Yeah, mine too. Didn't want to go outside. Never. She doesn't like it much. But I saw many cats going by themselves outside and then come back. This kind of stuff. Yeah.
So with when your clients come to you and they talk about their what issues, where do you start? What are the first steps?
We do assessment. I have a questionnaire that they need to fill up, and then we see where they are and what they need most. Because some people need most mental health support, some people need an emotional, some people need more physical. So depend where they are, what their needs is more. We can prioritize a little bit more. So I have individual program that can be customized, and I have a group program for, and I have mix also between group and individual. So depend of each of one of individual what they prefer, if they prefer to be in group and have a group activity, or they prefer to go by themselves with their own things. So
Yep,
you can do that. Yeah.
yep. Yeah, it's similar activity for myself. So I get it. Everybody has different needs and comfort levels in sharing what's going on with them with other people. And some people are more private, and some people will share everything with everybody. I personally am of the mindset the more we talk about the things, the more educated people can be. Um, it takes a village to raise a Tanya, and the more open everybody is about stuff that's going on. You know, when I was growing up, we didn't talk about hormones, we didn't talk about women's bodies or women's issues or any of that, right? So
Yeah, and I guess our coaching program is important to hold them accountable because they can go easily out of the track, distract themselves and not reach their goal. So you're here for that mainly. They can find the resources, they can find everything out there, but they need us to hold them accountable and also have this community of supported individual.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Wow. Anything else you want to share?
Yeah, if they need, I can provide a free gift they can download from my website. It's a 21 3 steps, 3 breathing exercises that they can start use to alleviate 21 symptoms of perimenopause or menopause.
Fantastic. I will make sure that we put that link in the show notes for anybody who would like to have that. I really appreciate you coming on the show today, Dilyana.
Yeah, if they want to check with me what I'm doing, they can check my website, menopausesupportacademy.com, and they can see there the free gift and also other resources, my podcast also, that they can listen and know this.
And I will put that in the resources for them in the show notes. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And until next time, Cancer Warriors, advocate for yourself.